Hi guys. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Writer's Workshop. In Writer's Workshop this week, we're going to be continuing working on the same things that we were working on last week. That is that we are using our big ideas from our idea board. Turn the camera. We're using our big ideas and we are thinking of those small moments. Like I listed my small moments up here and I chose one by circling it, and then I'm writing that whole true story. Excuse me, one or two double-spaced pages of my true story. And then I'm going to be asking that question, how can I turn this true story into a fiction story? And then I list out those ideas of how I could do it. I circle one, and then I start writing that fictional story. It's going to be a 2 or 3 double-spaced page fictional story about my characters and about my story. It's kind of loosely based on my true story, but it is a fiction story. We're going to continue working on that same thing because by the end of this unit, we're going to have, you're going to have enough time to have written between 3 and 6 or 8, a bunch of these short stories. And then we're going to choose one that we'll edit and publish into our book. So today, while we're working on Writer's Workshop, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about when to use paragraphs in our narrative writing. I've noticed in your guys' writing that while the writing is really good and there's a lot that you have been writing about, let me move the camera, that you have a lot to write about, you have not been using paragraphs very much. So it turns into just one great big long page that doesn't have any breaks that lets the reader know when things are happening. So we wanted to talk about when to use paragraphs in our narrative writing. Well, one of the times that we use a new paragraph is when a new character comes along. So if you're introducing a new character, you get a new paragraph. So when a new character comes along, that means that we move down a new line and we indent 2 finger spaces, and then we have our new paragraph that our new character is a part of. Okay, another way or another time that we have a new paragraph is when any new event happens. Anything that is new that happens, a book falls off the floor, and you're talking about that, and then maybe in your story, they're going to go camping. Anytime something new happens, you're going to be giving them a new paragraph. So a new event or a new idea. Basically, anytime something new happens in this story, you're going to give it a new paragraph. Okay, another time that you're going to use a new paragraph is if you move to a new setting. Maybe your story starts out at the park and then it moves to the house. That's a new setting, so you would give it a new paragraph. When you're using dialogue, and I'm hoping that everyone uses dialogue in their story, anytime a new person is speaking, they get a new paragraph. So anytime a new person is speaking, if someone started speaking and then they have their dialogue and their quotes and then someone replies, that's a brand new paragraph with an indent and new line and everything. Okay? And then another reason, the last way that we give a new paragraph when we're writing a narrative fiction is when time moves forward or backward. More than just a couple of minutes. So in your story, if you use those transition words like 3 hours later, that's a brand new paragraph. If you use 3 years earlier, things like that, that would give you a brand new paragraph. So anytime time moves forward or backwards, a lot is what I'm going to put over here, because sometimes we move forward just by a couple of minutes, and that doesn't necessarily need a new paragraph unless a new idea happens, a new event happens, a new character comes into our story, we have a new setting, or someone new is speaking. So any of these reasons are reasons why we would have a new paragraph in our narrative fiction writing. I would like to see you guys incorporate this into your stories, as well as still using our ideas and then our 9 steps that we have up here on the board. Okay?